Welcome back, dear viewers. Thank you for staying with us. Egypt is witnessing the solar alignment phenomenon at Abu Simbel Temple today, 22/02/2022. With us now live over the phone is Mr. Simon Sayegh, touristic guide. A very good morning to you, Mr. Sayegh. Thank you for joining us. And please talk to us about this great phenomenon that occurs 2 times a year, and this is one of them on a very special date, 22/02/2022.
Well, effectively, that event is one of the most beautiful events that happens in Egypt, and the whole world enjoys it. A lot of preparation are happening in our country, all over the world. This time, 13 countries are getting with us in order to transfer the event, to show the genie of the Egyptians, how they succeed thousands and thousands years ago to align the face of the pharaoh in front of the sun, to gain that power, and to show how when you sculpt a stone in the desert, we can know the directions, we can know the perfection, we can show the beauty of the work in an area where water was very rare, food was very rare. It was a huge expedition that has been to realize that Abu Simbel temple, temples of Ramses II, the great temple and the small temple. And now there will be music, there will be lighting, there will be local folklore, there will be thousands and thousands of tourists that they will go and they will enjoy it, to see those beautiful statues that are each of them over 20 meters high, and with the holes inside of it full of description of the great war that happened against the Persian state, against the Hittites, how Ramses II has led 5 armies and crossed the desert, cross the rivers, and succeed to hit them in their hometown, give the lesson, show the power. All of that has been written, described inside of the temple. And once we finish that beautiful description, we can see the religious part, the offerings getting to our God, to the god Sun, Ra, to also the god Amun, the main god of Egypt, Ramses in between them, and the wisdom, Ptah, on the extreme. He didn't have light that day due to his presentation to darkness. That shows how we succeed to align twice a year for the birthday of the pharaoh, for the day he has been to power. Ramses II, he is one of the most greatest pharaohs of Egypt. He succeeds to show the whole world what means a builder. He built 5 temples. He achieved to realize a Karnak temple, Abu Simbel, plus a city that got his name, Ramses. Also, Ramses II, in order to achieve the plan of organized water or
Yes, Mr. Sayegh, is there...
100 years from our day has been on top of the whole world.
Sir, is there a difference between the event on the 22nd of Feb and on the 22nd of October? What's the difference, if there is such a difference, between the 2 events, the one on the 22nd of Feb and the other on the 22nd of October, exactly 6 months, or rather 8 months separating them?
One has been considered as the birthday of the pharaoh, and the second one, the day he came to power, when we put on his head the double crown of Egypt as the pharaoh for Upper and Lower Egypt. That day is celebrated because we declare that day that he is the son of the god Ra. So he is born twice. He is born as the son of God Ra, and he is born of the son of his father, Ramses also that give him life on earth. And from there, we made it two celebrations. And the fact that his face will get the light by the day, it was a tradition in our Egyptian temple that every god will receive the light the day of his birth to life. And that day, birth to life doesn't mean when he appeared on the world, but the day he appeared to us, the day he spoke to us, the day he started to show his wisdom, his knowledge, and educate all over the country in order to be a cultural state. And that was something that made Egypt distinctive from the nation. It has loved in culture. It was a rich country where every prince, every king was sending his son to learn in the schools of kings.
Yes. And sir, how do you like the attendance regarding this year's event as we are slowly getting out of the repercussions of the COVID-19 pandemic? How do you like the attendance this year?
Tourism is getting back very already, very high.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah, we just had a technical problem there, losing the communication with our dear guest, touristic guide, Mr. Simon Sayegh. We thank Mr. Sayegh very much for his rich information and his presence with us and his input and his enthusiasm as well, talking to us about this great event as Egypt is witnessing the solar alignment phenomenon at Abu Simbel again on this very special day, the 22nd of February. Great weather in Abu Simbel, good attendance as we are getting past the repercussions of the COVID-19 pandemic. This happening on a very special date again, 2202-2022. We can say like that. Abu Simbel, of course, temple is the largest temple carved in rocks in the world. It was carved in a rock on a piece on the west bank of the Nile River in a place of great beauty. The phenomenon of solar alignment of the Holy of Holies in the temple of Ramses II in Abu Simbel occurs twice a year, as we told you, dear viewers. 8 months from now it will occur again, then 4 months later to complete the year-round 12 months period as the sun's rays penetrate the front corridor to the entrance to the temple of Ramses II with a length of 200 meters until it reaches the Holy of Holies. The Holy of Holies consists of a platform that, as Mr. Sayegh, our dear guest, explained, it includes the statue of King Ramses II. Sitting next to it, the statue of the god Ra-Hor, his sister, the god Amun, and the statue of god Ptah. And the sun does not light up the face of Ptah, considered by the ancient Egyptians as the god of darkness. But for now, it is very sunny, and again, Egypt celebrating this event on a very special day in the calendar as we are celebrating the solar alignment phenomenon at Abu Simbel on 2202-2022. Well, dear viewers, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of The Breakfast Show. We had many topics and important updates for you here. On behalf of my dear colleague Shireen Adil and everybody here in the program, this is Muhammad Abdurrahim, and this is a goodbye. Tomorrow, a new team and a new edition.